The Drama, which is a stupid freaking title by the way, is a really interesting film. And I have strong feelings about it. Before going in, I'm just gonna let you know that this is a spoiler discussion. I will avoid spoilers for a minute or so, but eventually I'll get into the thick of it, cause man oh man, this movie has a lot of twists that are not in the marketing. And I don't wanna ruin your watch, so watch out when I'll get into spoilers. Also, unlike my last video, this one will have minimal editing in the visual department, so if you want to look away, do something else while listening to the video, you can do it. You're not going to miss much. First of all, this movie deals with some really heavy and sensitive topics. It's not afraid to get dark or uncomfortable or even gross. So if you thought this was going to be some easy, breezy rom-com like the trailer showed you, it's not. This movie also features quite a lot of cussing, explicit and graphic scenes, also vomit. But this is a bit obvious from its age rating, so I'm not sure why am I even mentioning this. But if you're okay with all of these things, this is a really thrilling watch, and I had a good time with it, overall. And that's about it for the spoiler-free section, because we're going to full-on spoilers. I'll give you 5 seconds to live, starting from now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, is everybody who didn't watch the movie out? Okay. I really don't know how to talk about this, since I don't want in this video to come off as insensitive to the subject matter, so hopefully I can do it in a tasteful way. So the movie's main topic is school shootings, and the main character planned one and almost went through with it back in high school. Not sure how this will go with general audiences, but for me, I actually heavily respect this movie for having the courage to discuss such a sensitive topic. And the best part, I personally thought it discussed the topic in a really tasteful manner. Editor note, if you want to skip the summary, the synopsis for the movie, just go to 3 minutes and 34 seconds. So the story of the movie goes like this. Emma, played by Zendaya, is getting ready to marry Charlie, played by Robert Pattinson. Everything seems to go fine, but it all goes downhill when she reveals that back in high school, she was in a really dark spot and planned a school shooting. Just like I said, she didn't go through with it and eventually realized the severity of the issue, but even after all of these years, it's still haunting her. And like any other regular person, finding out that your lover even considered something like this is shocking, and it changes your entire perception of them, especially when her friends will make her feel like a murderer. And that's what the movie is about. It's about morality, it's about change, redemption. Can people change? How far can they go with it? The movie doesn't simplify or glamorize or downplay any of this. It's willing to look at multiple perspectives, but also acknowledge the severity and the evil of the topic. Because this is a real issue, and it's unfortunately a contemporary one. And that's why I will avoid giving any personal takes on this issue beyond what the movie has to offer, because I don't want to say anything insensitive and come off as ignorant. I also thought that the movie didn't pull any punches. It wasn't afraid to get depressing, wasn't afraid to get dark, it wasn't afraid to get uncomfortable, it wasn't afraid to get awkward. Because that's how you will feel in a situation like this. You'll feel awkward and uncomfortable. And I feel successfully captured that feeling. It's a very pressing and thrilling watch. And I heavily respect this movie for taking such a risky topic and discussing it with good sense and finesse. But beyond that, there are some flaws in the writing. The biggest criticism I have with this film is how it doesn't really know what to do with its second act. The first act introduces the main conflict, breaking away from the more relaxed tone and subverting the audience's expectations. The third act escalates it, takes it to its natural conclusion. But the second act is just so repetitive. So Emma reveals that she planned the school shooting, everybody shocked, Charlie included. He considers to just cancel the wedding and break up with her. Okay, next scene. Emma and Charlie are thinking about what they talked about last night. Emma is still very shameful about it. She feels this deep sense of guilt. Okay, next scene. Emma and Charlie can move on with their normal lives and they're still thinking about it. Okay, next scene. Emma is still overwhelmed by anxiety and Charlie still thinking about it. Okay, anything else? Well, not much. Don't get me wrong, there are scenes where they do something different and plant more seeds of doubt and pressure, but for the most part, the second act is just so repetitive. He doesn't know where else to go with his conflict, so he just squeezes any tension left from it so that the third act doesn't feel unearned. Okay, going back to the positives, the movie has a good sense of detail. There are multiple scenes that at first glance they might come off as random, but after the movie's over realize that there were several ways to plant tension. One example is a scene where Emma and Charlie go on a walk and almost get hit by a car. Emma loses her shit and throws a tantrum. There are many moments of Emma just doing weird and violent stuff. They aren't severe or ill-intended, but there are seeds of doubt that the movie plans to create tension, which works really well. And for anybody wondering what my stance on the movie is, yes, obviously Emma was in the wrong, but I wouldn't say that she was the worst. I think what Rachel did was actually much worse. Another positive the movie has is the acting. The lead actors do a great job immersing you in the story and the feelings of the characters. But also for a movie like this, they kinda had to put a great performance. 99% of the film is the characters either talking or thinking. So if those scenes didn't come off as organic, the movie would have just fallen apart. I also appreciate how this movie encouraged people to join discussions about the film. And honestly, that's what a good movie should do. It should inspire and it should spark ideas. It should want to make you think and reflect on what the movie presented even after it's over. And honestly, in an age where many of the mainstream movies coming out, especially from the West, encourage you to just turn off your brain and mindlessly consume whatever's on screen, this is a nice change of pace. We need more movies like this, and we need more movie makers that try to do something new and actually commit to it. I want to emphasize how much I respect this film, and I hope I did a good job getting my point across. So yeah, the drama, which is a stupid freaking title by the way, gets a 7 out of 10 from me. See you on the next video, which will either be Frankenstein or the